Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Waterfall State Park, and today's goal, well, get a shot of the waterfall. Come on, let's see what we can capture. Well, my plan was to hike down the trail and to get a shot that I'd never gotten before, which would be down at the bottom of the waterfall and shoot it up. However, because of the late time of the year, the trail is closed, so we're gonna have to go back to the other side of the waterfall and be capturing an image that I've gotten before, but I've never gotten it during a sunset photo. So today, as goals change, let's see what we can get for a good, nice sunset. So one of my goals today is to try to find a unique spot. The Blues Falls here is a fairly recognizable landmark. It is one of Washington's highest waterfall. And I've been here a few times before, and I've come away with some great shots, but I've always had to use the wide angle lens. So this time, you know, we got a couple hours before sunset, so my goal is to find that unique composition, something that you usually don't see very much on the Instagram, on Flickr. So right here behind me is one of the spots that I think might turn out well, because we have kind of a tunnel almost that goes down to a straight shot with the falls. Now normally I would do a long exposure for this, but today I think I'm going to use a relatively fast shutter to see if I can capture the power of that waterfall. So let's go ahead, I'm going to get set up and we're going to see what kind of composition I can walk away with. So I went up and I framed my composition, and like I said before, I don't want to do a long exposure of the waterfall. I want to show that water in motion. So because of that, what I've had to do is stop down to only f5.6, and that's given me a shutter speed of about 1/115 second, and that's going to capture that motion. But because I'm at f5.6, not everything's going to be sharp. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and take this composition, and then I'm going to focus stack by focusing on the waterfall, then about a midpoint, and then about the foreground. So I'll take those three shots, I'll combine them into Photoshop, and that should give us a nice sharp image all throughout. So now that we got that shot in the back, I'm just going to go ahead, continue to scout around. A few hours till sunset, so that's going to give me a little bit of time to kind of get another composition. I already know what my last composition I want to get. It's, like I said, a shot I gotten before, but because of the sunset, what I want to do this time is get a wide panoramic. But we got some time, so we're just gonna go ahead and explore. So I've gone ahead and I kind of tweaked the composition a little bit. So now I'm ready to get my shot. I had to switch over to the 70 to 200 to kind of focus tight into what I want. I'm not interested in the sky that's going to be blown out anyway. So all I want now is that river bending through the scene with the cliff face on both sides. And that was a piece of advice that I got a long time ago, is one of the rules of almost any type of photography is to fill the frame of what you want to see, what you want that final product. So here I'm doing that same thing. I'm zooming all the way in so I can use all my sensor resolution to get the shot. So with that shot done, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get myself down position below. There's quite a few more cars going on. I really don't want to fight with other photographers. You know, everybody has equal right, but I want to get this shot. So I'm gonna go ahead, get out my gear, I'm gonna walk down. Well, I've gotten to where I want to go, and the sun is now just kicking off. It's excellent light back here on the cliffs wall, and it's just kind of hitting the waterfall. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to set up real quick. I got to switch lenses. I do want to get that panoramic, but I don't think this light is going to last forever, and I want to get that safety shot. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set up, I'm going to put the 14 to 24 on, and hopefully we can get this shot before the sun goes away. Well, I'm kind of taking a risk here. I decided to forego that super wide angle. I'm set up now with the Tamron 24 to 70 with the Lee polarizer. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get everything lined up and we'll get the shot, hopefully. So with these shots, specifically when you're doing a panoramic, it is very, very important that you take the time to get your tripod level. So when you pan that camera, you're going to get all the information that you want. So we're going to go ahead. Light's a little bright right now, so we're just going to go ahead, wait until it gets a little bit, or I'm going to go ahead and put on a filter. what I'm doing now, I've already got a couple shots in the bag, and now I'm really concentrating on the waterfall itself. And in order to accomplish this, it's something that I've done already earlier today, was I'm taking a couple different exposures as far as to the shutter speed. So now that I've gotten a couple panoramics in, I've got some safe shots. What I'm concentrating now is I'm going to keep the same focal length, which is 24 millimeter, but I'm stopping up on my f-stop. So I'm going from f11, which was going to be nice and sharp, to just f5.6. And what that's allowing me to do is now I can raise my shutter speed. And with that shutter speed, I can capture a little bit of that power of that water, so it's not going to be as blurry, it's not going to be as silky smooth. And that's something that I really don't want as far as movement in the water. I want to show that motion with it. So the sun's about to go down now, and I'm just going to go ahead, we'll snap a couple of shots, and that will probably be it for the day. Well guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Sun's pretty much set now, so I think I've gotten the photos that I wanted to get, and I'm pretty excited to get home and check them out. So once again, I thank you for coming along. If you like this video, go ahead, leave a like, share, a comment, and until the next one, well, we'll see you out there. For this photo, what I tried to do was to use the natural rock formation through this little chute to help frame the waterfalls. It's a photo that I do like, but there's nothing too special about it. I just enjoyed how the rocks on both sides create an almost semicircle around the waterfall, giving it a natural frame. What initially attracted me to this second composition is the gentle S-curve of the river down below that flows through the scene. However, after I've taken the time to edit it, I don't really care for the general composition. I think it is just a little too flat, and there's not really much going for it as far as composition. This last photo of the trip was definitely my favorite, and quite possibly one of my favorites of the year. It was quite the undertaking to edit this, combining an HDR panorama with a time blend so I can capture both the movement in the waterfall and the moon rising in the sky. Many hours have went into this photo, much more than I would like to admit, due to my unfamiliarity with the finer points of Photoshops, but in the end, it is a photo that I will always cherish.